so today what we're going to do is we're going to do kind of the same thing that we've been doing, and that's dealing with surface area of a cylinder. Now, the way that we've been doing this up to this point is we've been taking 3.14 and we've been substituting it in for pi. We are not going to do that today. And what we're going to do today is we're going to leave the symbol in our answer. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to substitute all these other numbers in here, but we're going to leave that pi in there. Now, this is actually easier than what we've been doing up to this point. We'll end up having to combine like terms and things like that, but once you've done this, you'll be like, oh, why didn't he teach me that before? Because this is so much easier than what we've been doing. I'm teaching this because a lot of times, depending on the assignment or the way they ask the questions, sometimes they're going to tell you to substitute 3.14 in here, and sometimes they're going to tell you leave it in terms of pi. So depending on how they tell you to do this will determine the way that you do this. Right? The other thing that you need to do is look at the answers to your question, because sometimes they'll leave it in terms of pi, and you need to understand how they got there and how to go about it. So that's what we're going to do today. And we're going to do one surface area, one volume, and this is going to be a short video because we've already learned the formulas and how to actually solve this. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So first things first, we look at our cylinder. We go, oh, okay, the height is 7, the diameter is 4. Okay, so we know the diameter. Diameter equals 4. The height equals 7. So in order to solve this, okay, first, I know the shape. It's a cylinder. I know I'm looking for surface area, and we're actually going to find both of this one cylinder. So we're going to find the surface area, then we're going to find the volume. Okay, so surface area equals 2 pi RH plus 2 pi R squared. Okay, remember, this is your LSA. This right here is your base area. Okay, now all we're going to do is we're going to solve for it, and then we're going to get our answer. That's it. Real straightforward. So I'm going to substitute in 2. Remember, we're leaving it in terms of pi, so we're going to leave pi in there. Pi R. Well, wait, I need my R. Okay, so my R equals, remember, the radius is half of the diameter. Diameter is all the way across. Radius is only halfway. Okay, so my radius, if my diameter is 4, my radius is 2. If you have one of these, you can find the other one. All right, so 2 times pi times 2, which is my radius, times my height, which is 7. All right, plus 2 pi. Remember, we're leaving that in there. We're not substituting 3.14 right now. We're going to leave that in there. Radius squared, 2 squared. Okay, now from here, all you have to do is we're going to deal with this part, and then we're going to deal with this part. Now, normally orders of operations, you'd come right over here and you deal with this. But it doesn't matter. You can do this, and then you add it together. All right, so here, remember, all of this is multiplication. 2 times pi times 2 times 7. And because it's all multiplication, now I can use my commutative and associative properties to rearrange my problem. All right, so let's do that. 2, and this time I'm going to actually put the little dot to show multiplication. 2 times 2 times 7 times pi. All right, that's all that is. Plus, and let's go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and do this. 2 raised to the second power is 2 times 2, right? It's multiplying this times itself. So 2 times 2 is 4. So here I get this 4 times 2 times pi. All right, that's all there is there. So now all I have to do is go through here and multiply these together, and then multiply these together. Okay, so 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 7, 28. So I have 28 pi. Remember, a number directly up against a variable is multiplication. So I have 28 times pi. This is a variable. It's a symbol normally it's an unknown number, but we know what it is, 3.14, whatever, so on and so forth. But we can leave that there, 28 times pi plus 4 times 2, 8 pi. Now we combine like terms. Remember, like terms are a variable raised to the same power. I believe that's it. I said that right. Said that right? Yeah. Yeah. So has the same variable raised to the same power. Yeah, there we go. So now I just add these two together. So 28 plus 8, 36 pi. Now if they left it in terms of pi, here's your answer. Oh wait, hold on. Almost. We forgot something. 36 pi centimeters squared. Remember, got to label it correctly, otherwise it's not correct. So 36 pi centimeters squared. If they left it in terms of pi, that's what it's going to look like. Okay? Now from here, we could actually take 3.14, substitute it into pi, multiply it times 36, and then you're going to have your other answer. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that also. Okay? So here, you might have that as one of your answers. The other thing that they do, if they said leave it in terms of pi, that's the answer right there. Okay? But now you can take 3.14, substitute it, and go from there. So 36 times 3.14. Okay? And I'm just going to do the calculator real quick just to make sure. 36 times 3.14. Yeah. 113.04 centimeters squared. Now, I use 3.14. If you're using one of these calculators and you use that pi button, your number is going to be a little bit different because of the way that pi works. Okay? This is an estimated value of pi. If you're using that pi button, it's not quite as narrowed down as what I have here. Okay, so you'd have 113.04 centimeters squared. You may have other numbers if you're using the pi button. But it doesn't matter because this is an approximation, this is an exact. Okay? So that's kind of the way that works. So sometimes you're going to see it like this, sometimes you're going to see it like this. It depends on the problem and the test that you're taking or the quiz that you're taking or the paper problem that you're doing. Okay, so that's all that is. All right, so from here, we're going to go and do a volume real quick. All right, so I'm going to use the same cylinder, height is 7, diameter of 4, and then we're just going to work a volume. Okay, just so you see this twice, one with volume, one with surface area. All right, so volume equals pi r squared h. I know that the diameter is 4, the radius is 2, and the height is 7, using the same numbers from the surface area that we just did. Okay, we're going to take this, we're going to substitute it in, and we're going to leave it in terms of pi. Okay, so volume equals, remember, it's a cylinder, so I need to go find the volume formula for cylinder. Volume equals pi r squared h. Base area times height. Okay, so pi times radius squared, 2 squared, times the height. All right, so far so good. Yeah, okay. So volume equals pi, 2 raised to the second power is 4, times 4 times 7, and then 4 times 7, 28. So volume equals, and now here I'm going to switch this, okay, because this is the way that I prefer to see it, 28 pi centimeters cubed. And that's what it's going to look like in terms of pi for volume. Guys, this is actually easier than what we've been doing. It's less math. But you have to understand how to combine like terms, how the commutative and associative property works, things that we've already taught. Right? So this is not that bad. Now again, I could take 3.14, substitute it in for pi, and multiply it times 28 in case they did that. All right? That's really all there is to it. If you have any questions, you need help, let me know. I'm available.